Talk to me nice. Cool Hand Podcast, something you got to deal with. Today is March 4th. Crowded Places has dropped his debut EP. I'm tripping. Forgive me. Talk to me nice. Has dropped his debut album. Leave it as it is, not how it was. Pardon self. Leave it as it is, not how it was. If you need to be caught up with Crowded Places and everything that's been going on, for one, I encourage you to go check out one of my early episodes, and it is an interview with him. It's called The Story of Crowded Places. And then we also have for the album, the documentary for this album. It's entitled Leave It As It Is, Not How It Was. It's on the Cool Hand Podcast YouTube. Now, this isn't a review. This isn't anything but my reaction and how proud I am to have how proud I am of Crowded Places. Now, this isn't no soft sentimental stuff today, but I'm talking about the work that has been put into this project. I'm talking about seeing this dude be a trash rapper in 2011, being an entry level producer using FL Studio, to the cat who's using all sorts of different, not only a different DAW, but machines, hardware and software. But let's talk about the album. Let's talk about the album. Talk to me nice. You got to talk to me nice today. Talk to me nice. This album is potentially album of the year. And I'm not talking about album of the year of my friend group or no, like album of the year, period, though. Like real rap, like album of the year, period. Now I'm going to give you some insight and some behind the scenes on the growth of this album. When we were recording and shooting for parts of the documentary, the parts where Samson is talking in the car, and when he's at the park or in that outside area and he's talking, I recorded that, and we were in Ohio this day. We took a little day trip to Ohio, me and Crowded Places and my other homeboy. We all went out there, did what we did, got some food, woo woo, and on our way back to Pittsburgh, he played us the album and he got our opinions. Now, for the most part, I was quiet because I was recording. I was trying to capture organic moments for his documentary. I'm there with a purpose as well. And as I'm listening to these songs, and all the songs were recorded, the production, everything was pretty much done, right? They were all rough versions at the end of the day because what I listened to today is not what I heard then. So, and this was in October of 2021 that we did this little day trip. And I remember listening, and my other homeboy's giving his honest opinion. He's very honest and doesn't bite his tongue. And I'm listening, and I'm more quiet behind the camera. And I'm thinking, okay, this one's nice. This one, the Silver Lining joint, I really like that joint. And I remember thinking, like, okay, for this to be Bro's debut album, I don't know if this is what I necessarily want to hear from Crowded Places. Some of the songs was sounding funny, like there was some pitch issues, and I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna hit. I don't know if this is gonna hit the way cats might really want it to. So that's what it was. But Crowded Places, go ahead, listen to the story of Crowded Places, the interview. It's not on camera. It's just audio only. But he makes music for himself. Crowded Places makes music for Crowded Places, and a lot of artists do that. I went to a concert before, and the artist says, like, I like how people come up to me and tell me how a song affected them, because honestly, I just made it for me. I'm telling my story and this and that. And that's what Crowded Places does, right? So when I'm hearing this project and I'm listening to it with headphones, and I can hear the different sounds, I can hear the background harmonies in certain songs. I can hear how clear things sound, how beautifully mixed and mastered this was. And I'm not no mix and master super ear engineer, but it sounds so clean. And I know that dude put in so much work on this project. As a friend, as a brother, as an associate contemporary, I am proud. I'm proud of my brother, right? Yeah, and this is the thing. Y'all don't understand how much work has been put in. Like, dude puts in a lot of work. Like, he sets the standard when it comes into putting in work. He said it in the documentary. He spent way too much time, effort, and money on this stupid. These are his words. This stupid album, but like it was all worth it. Like, I think it was worth it. Absolutely worth it because it's a clean sound. This isn't an amateur sounding project. This is real. This is real. Like like real rap. Like this is real. This is real music. And the thing is, it's not rap. It's classified under hip hop, rap, woo, but it's not that. Like you get different versions of Crowded Places and maybe things that have influenced him. This doesn't sound like anything that's out. This doesn't sound like when I listen to certain songs, when I heard like a certain flow or a certain sound, it made me think of maybe this rapper. It made me think of this artist, this singer, or alternative artist. Like for example, there was one joint that I heard a sound and it reminded me of Toro y Moi from the Anything in Return era. There was one flow that he had that reminded me of Drake. And I believe the flow reminded me of 0 to 100. He didn't steal the whole flow, but there was one thing that he said. I'm like, you know what? That reminds me of 0 to 100. But there's nothing that says, oh, this sounds like this. This sounds like that. This sounds like there's one joint that gives me Pursuit of Happiness vibes, like Kid Cudi. But I can't say Crowded Places sounds like this cat. Crowded Places sounds like that cat. It's him. It's really him. And 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 I'm so satisfied. I'm so happy that I genuinely enjoyed a joint because at the end of the day, I'm going to support as a friend. But you can still support your homie and not fully, it may not be your cup of tea, your type of joint, but this is my type of joint. And I'm so happy. I'm happy about it. And I'm proud of my brother for this. Let me tell you the degree of difficulty that we're working with. This is my last story. We're going to wrap this up. You see Victoria in the documentary. He worked with her before. This is one of his people. On the Billie Eilish cover. They did a cover of one of them Billie Eilish songs. Whatever, I don't know the song because I don't listen to Billie Eilish. I'm old school. So they worked together before, and she was recording off the iPhone. You know how Rick Ross on that song Nine Piece, how he said he was moving weight off his iPhone, and we all knew that wasn't true. She's pushing verses off her iPhone, and it's sounding professional. Now, whether it's she had to choose an isolated area in order to record this so she can have the best sound and acoustics. But at the end of the day, it's an iPhone microphone. She's pushing verses off the iPhone and it's sounding like quality when you actually hear it on the album. This is what we're talking about. The song La La Land. I'm driving to work this morning. I'm driving to work, day shift. I'm in a turning lane. I'm almost to work and the song La La Land is playing. And as the hook is playing, I'm thinking about the documentary and how there's a scene of some more of his people who were recording the hook. And as I'm hearing how well the hook sounds, how good it sounds, how smooth the vocals sound, and I can pick out whose voice is who for the three women who were singing this hook. I just thought it was beautiful. And a tear almost wanted to come out of both of my eyes, a single tear for each eye. Thankfully, I'm a hardened thug, so I don't cry. But if I did have that ability, it would have happened. That would have been the moment I almost wanted to cry. I almost wanted to just shed like maybe a couple, but it just didn't happen. But that was the impact this had on me. Let me know the impact that it had on you. Talk to me nice. Cool Hand Podcast, something you got to deal with. Congratulations to Crowded Places. Leave It As It Is, Not How It Was, is in stores. In stores, like what is this, BT? It's not in stores. It's on iTunes. You can buy it. Um, I just messed up my whole flow. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. It's even on YouTube. Go check it out. Cool Hand Podcast, something you got to deal with. Talk to me nice. Easy.